Hi folks, this is Todd at Survival Sherpa. Today I wanted to talk to you about the 4 knots that I used in my first video. The Bowline Knot, the Prusik Loop, the Fisherman's Knot, Blood Knot as some call it, and the Trucker's Hitch, or as we call it growing up here in Georgia, the Hillbilly Come Along. So stick with me here. I'm going to adjust this down. I brought some red paracord, so hopefully that will make it easier for you to see as we demonstrate these 4 knots. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to take a loop in our rope, our cordage, and with our short tag end, we're going to go up through the loop with the short tag end. We're going to go around the long tag end, and then bring it back down through the hole. Now, what we have here now is we're going to actually be pulling not the bigger loop here, but the short loop to create the Bowline Knot. The way you know if you've tied it right is your tag end, your short tag end is pointing towards the loop. And it's basically a square knot on this knot. It's not going anywhere. Now it's also easy to untie. All you do is you break the knot. Even though I've pulled it tight, all you have to do is bend that back over, and bam, you're free. All right, with our bowline, we're going to come around our tree. Now, if this was a ridge line, obviously it'd be up higher. But for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to tie it about chest high, just so you can see it in the camera frame. So we'll pull our tag in all the way through the bowline, bring it around the tree. If you're standing facing the tree here, bring your bowline loop about, I don't know, a quarter way around, about 3 o'clock facing that way, and then cinch down, and this is not going anywhere. So now I'll run the ridge line all the way to the other tree here. All right, here we are at our opposite tree, about chest high. We're going to run down, a couple of feet, 3 feet maybe, and we're going to tie our second knot, which will be our trucker's hitch. So come down, make sure you've got enough cordage here to actually do your tying. So about 2-3 feet away from your tree, you're going to take your loop, create a loop in the paracord or your cordage. Just create a loop, and then fold that loop down on the loose end, not the one that's secured with the bowline, but the loose end going to the tree right here. And you're going to reach through and pull that up here. Now you've got the first part of your trucker's hitch. Now reach over, grab your other line, your tag end, run it through that loop that you just created, and from there we're going to cinch down on this. With this particular knot, you can really get a taut line here. So once we have that cinched down, then we're going to pinch between here, and we're going to loop over and grab the tag end back. You're going to loop over both of these cords. You loop over, reach in, grab the loose end, and bam, you have a trucker's hitch. Now I'm going to bring the camera in closer so that you can see this a little better, and I'm going to lower this string as well. Now it's easy to undo. Just simply pull your loose end here. It's free. Okay. Now we're going to start back over with the camera a little closer. All right. Hopefully, against my brown shirt, you'll be able to see this. So from here, we're going to take a loop or a bite, create a loop here, just like this, in your string. Fold that loop over, reach through, and grab the short end of your rope or your cordage and create a loop in it. Now you will cinch down till you have a good tight line. And if you can see, we've got 3 cords here. This is the tag end right here that I'm holding, that I have pressure on. And we're going to bind together these 3 cords with our forefinger and our thumb, and just pinch it. This is holding it in place by my fingers. So what I want to do is I want to just lay that cord over and pull back through, reach through, as I lay it over, reach through and pull the string or the rope back through. Now, we've got a trucker's hitch that is stable. Now, to prevent this from coming out, a couple of things you could do. You could just go ahead and tie an overhand knot here, like that. When you're ready to go, this paracord comes out easy. But what I like to do is put just a piece of wood, a toggle of some kind through this, cinch down on that. Now, while you're sleeping in your hammock or over your ridge line, this is not going anywhere. Now, to even make it more secure, you can take and tie another half hitch there. All right, out in the woods yesterday filming this video, my camera died, so just want to get back with you and finish this up in my backyard. We had covered the first 2 knots, the Bowline Knot and the trucker's hitch. And what I've got here in front of me is a trucker's hitch, just like we had set up yesterday. So I'll show you real quick just how quick it is to undo and take this knot out. So then we'll move on to our Fisherman's knot and then our Prusik Loop. So we've got the toggle in the loop of our trucker's hitch. All we do there is just simply pull that out, do away with that. We pull our tag in, boom, we're free. Then on this loop on the ridge line, all we're doing here is pulling the loose end, pull that slip knot with a little yank, and then we're done. Now I'll go ahead and tie this back up. Okay, now the Prusik Loop, all we're going to do here is we're going to take our loop that we just created with that fisherman's knot or blood knot, and we're going to lay it over our ridge line, and we're just going to begin feeding this loose end through just like that. We're going to make that loop go through there 3 times. 2. You may want to adjust this loop to where you have this knot out of the way on the end of your Prusik Loop, where if you had to stick that through your tarp or through your emergency space blanket, then you would have that to be able to slide through your eyelet. We did that twice. We'll do it one more time. And now that we've got that in there, we're going to take and dress up this Prusik Loop to where you have, you can see that you have three loops over the cord on this side on this half of the knot, and you have 1, 2, 3 on this half of the knot. So once we cinch down on that after dressing it up, then I can pull with all my force right here, and that knot is not going to give. I can do it either way. So I'm pulling here, leaning my body weight on it, and this ridge line is not sliding up and down that ridge line. So now, the beauty of this knot is I can adjust this by just pulling it together either side. I just push it that way, or I push it this way, and we have a loop on our cordage on our ridge line that is adjustable. So here's our Prusik Loop. Now we'll do that one more time. Again, with our loop of cord that we tied with our fisherman's knot, which is of course very easy to do, just 2 overhand knots. We're going to go over. We're going to stick our end through that once, go back over twice, come back over the ridge line 3 times. Now I'm going to pull that down, and I'm going to simply dress this loop up so that these 3 loops of the Prusik is in line. They're side by side. You do not want it gnarly looking where it's all bunched up together and you've got loops going everywhere on your ridge line. That's not going to be pretty, nor is it going to be hold as well. So we want to make sure that we dress that line, dress that knot up, pull it tight, and now it's not moving until I either apply pressure from this end and slide it to adjust it this way, slide it to adjust it this way. This is Todd from Survival Sherpa. Appreciate your views, and remember to always keep doing the stuff with self-reliance. Take care, guys.